Okay, we are live.
Okay, is Mark on board?
He's on mute.
We are live. Okay, Commissioner Land, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we're good. We're
Loud and clear.
We are streaming on YouTube,
Hey.
so take it away.
Okay, super. All right, well, so yeah, kind of a weird meeting here today, people all over the place. And for the sake of the participants and those watching, because I'm calling in, I was going to ask Harry if you would be willing to facilitate the meeting and kind of take over as chairperson. Is that something you're willing to do?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, then I'm going to hand the meeting over to Harry, and I will step away from the chairman's role. And thank you very much for doing that, Harry.
Okay, no problem. I'll call to order the September meeting of Fire District 4. Due to the Governor Inslee's Proclamation 20-28, District 4 is prohibited from providing a location for the public to attend this meeting. Members of the public will be able to hear the entire meeting via Zoom meeting. Okay, now we're down to the approval of the consent agenda. Before I vote on that consent agenda, I would like to get a clarification on this company that did the mail out for the special election. Have we heard anything from them? Number one. Number two, have they apologized for the lack of distributing the brochure as we paid for, which I noted today it's on the agenda to be paid. And are we going to use them again for the election in November? Comments, please.
Commissioner Andrews, yes. Heather, if you okay if I go first?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we did reach out to Lewis Publishing. They are a local publishing house. They did apologize. They confirmed that you did not, nor did several of your neighbors make that list. They are not sure why. They did confirm that one was mailed to
Commissioner Land.
Commissioner Land and also to Dave Hansen. I can't follow up on what happened with it once it went in the mail. They actually print and mail the voters pamphlet for the county, as well as other county. They are the postal clearinghouse, I guess, for many documents that the county sends out to its citizens. They don't have a good reason why you or your neighbors did not receive but they apologize profusely via email, and they would like to, in order to retain our business, they know we're running a levy in November again. They have asked if, is there a way that you would like to check the list prior to us sending it out? Obviously that needs to be done. I don't know that there's any research we could do at all to find out that, that every single address received the mailer in District 4. But I'm confident that they did a good job. They made a mistake. They owned up to it. They did a ton of research to figure out what happened, and I think they're vetted just by their use of the county. I would recommend continuing to use them. Heather?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I intend to collect Harry's side of the street and across from Harry and verify myself that those addresses are in the next file. Other than that, like you said, I don't know what else research we could do, but yes, Commissioner Andrews, they were very apologetic. They're very professional. They would like to retain the business, and the call is up to the commissioners.
Okay, very well. Dave Hansen, by the way, did not receive one, even though the paperwork showed that he did. He
Mhm,
told me personally he did not.
mhm.
So that's two commissioners, we might say, for some reason. But the staff is wanting to go ahead with them and use them again in November. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Very well.
You wanted to get to the point. We want you to do the same. Get to
Am I hearing?
for our toy.
Okay, I will accept a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I would move that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that motion. All in favor? Say aye. Aye.
Aye. So I take it, is Steve Cooley not at the meeting?
No, sir.
Okay,
Apparently he's in Wyoming.
okay.
Yeah, I got a message from Chris this morning from him that said he was in the mountains of Wyoming with no cell reception.
Fair enough.
Okay, the agenda, consent agenda was voted on and approved. Okay, we received the meeting stand. Levy lift November election updates. Do we have any new updates about that?
The FAQs have, I believe they've been distributed.
They've been
to
posted.
everybody. Yep, posted. So that's the first iteration of the FAQs to come out for either district. So yeah, and then we were just going to get those posted in those local Facebook groups that Chris has joined. Sounds like there's Silver Beach and the Tree 20 group and some other things, and then working, and I'll let the subject matter experts talk about the pamphlet, the voters pamphlet.
Okay. Very good.
I had, before Heather talks about the next steps on the voters pamphlet, I just had a question about whether Chris and commissioners have had a chance to read the FAQ. Did you have any questions or thoughts about it?
I read them. I don't have
I
any
read.
questions.
Yeah, I read them. I thought they looked great.
Thank you. Commissioner Andrews, did you have any feedback on those? Did they look?
No, I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
Okay.
Definitely
Okay.
took a little bit more realistic, or
Tone.
yeah, tone, I guess. I don't want to use the word dark, but yeah, more realistic tone, and just set the stage for, look, this is a critical vote. This is a critical decision that we need our taxpayers to weigh in on.
So Heather, why don't you chat a bit about the flyer, which is the next big piece from our side of things?
Absolutely. Thanks, Karen. So the flyer content is going to be very similar to the FAQs, although it won't be as lengthy. With the FAQs, we can just go on and on and on. The flyer will have to be more concise, but you know, I'm comfortable using the word dark. The tone is definitely grittier. We tried with the first campaign just the benefits that people would get, and that clearly didn't work with the public. That's fine. And now we're saying, well, time is an issue. We only have this election before the before 2022, and we cannot continue to arrive promptly at your residence or business without additional funding, because our call volumes are going up, our monies are going down, and the two have intersected, and time is an issue. So that's the theme. We dive deeper into what's at risk, and we dive deeper into the benefits. Hopefully, the risks and benefits will be convincing to the population this time.
One other comment I have on that.
Yes.
Is there any way we can hit on the fact that if we cannot afford to buy the latest, greatest, and safest equipment for our firefighters, they may be looking for an employment in other districts? Consequently, if that does happen, the insurance rates are going to go way up.
Yes, that is, we kind of
That'll
want,
get your attention.
we got to be kind of careful with that message. I mean, I don't want to plant the seed in any firefighter's head. um, but it is true. And, for better or worse, based on what's happening politically in the state, there's going to be a lot of openings in other departments here in the near future for people to be able to make those moves if they choose. So we definitely want to be able to retain our staff. Our human resources are our most important resources. We can replace an engine, a hose, but we cannot replace the experience or the commitment that a person's heart has to the district and the community. So we want to be able to retain our employees as much as possible. So yes, I think that will come under consideration, Commissioner Andrews, as we move forward with future communications and the flyer.
Thank you.
So the big communication piece with the voters this fall is that mailing, and that will be mailed out at a point where it's going to be scheduled to arrive at the same time that the voters pamphlet and the ballots arrive. So it'll be really important in the next week or so for everybody, if you haven't looked at the FAQs, to take a look at those. And then the next thing you'll see from us, it will be the draft language for the flyer itself. And of course, this has to be approved by the lawyers to make sure that we're staying on the right side of all the rules and not being advocates, just being educational. And we'll send that to you to make sure you all have a chance to see it before it goes to the printer. And then really the third piece of the work here, well, the second piece of the work, the third piece is what happens, out with the unions offline, no public resources. What is the labor folks doing to get the word out from their point on an advocacy view, which we can't do. So the second thing that we can do is find as many channels and human beings as possible to actually directly communicate with from the staff and the commissioners in the district to say, this is happening, it's on the ballot again, it's super important, please take a minute to get informed, and if you have a piece of paper, you can give it to them or send them a link. So so we wanted to check in with you. We know Chris, at least we understand Chris had put together a list of, and Jason, you were mentioning earlier that she has been joining some other groups and such, but we want to make sure we know what's going on and is there any way we can help you in terms of making sure that all those community groups that you've been able to identify, are we able to reach out to them in some consistent way? Ditto for community leaders in case there aren't so many groups. And I'm not sure where we are in that. So whoever has a sense of where we are in that whole question of reaching out and how we're going to make sure that happens. Ideally, you'd have a list of contacts, people to contact, and you'd assign each one of those to one of the commissioners or the staff, and you'd make that happen in the next couple of weeks. And this is to see if they need more information. Do they want to hear a presentation? Do you have any questions? That whole thing. So Chris, is there in fact that list, or were we confused?
1 second here.
I emailed out the list half an hour ago as I got your request.
Okay.
Can everybody see it there?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Great.
I know
Thank you,
Commissioner Land can't, but yeah, everybody else can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has a copy already. So
there's six neighborhood groups. And I think the question is, who is the best person to reach out personally to each of these groups, and how can we make that happen?
I could go ahead and post it on their sites.
You need to theoretically, are you a member of all of these groups?
I believe so, yeah. I
Is
mean,
there
the
any-
homeowner associations, I have to look up the address. Those are
Okay.
associations that sometimes hold their HOA meetings here at Station 12. Well, they did before, we had to close it due to the corona.
Mhm.
But I could look for the address and send them something in the mail.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any phone numbers you have for any of these people, just to call them to say, I'm going to post this. If there's somebody that's in charge generally on these websites, it'd be nice to ask their permission, I think. But I'm not sure I know all the protocols for HOA website postings. That would be super helpful.
yeah. Yeah, I was going to suggest, if it's not, being too forward, to just, yeah, Chris, if you're able to just make some inquiries and just ask each one of these groups or whoever leads the group if they would like, me or one of the other commissioners or the chief, to basically put on an informational kind of a meeting, a Q&A, and if we are able to get that kind of a thing on the books, I mean, I'll go wherever I need to go and, provide information to as many people as I can. But I would ask, if you would have the time, and the ability to do that for us.
Yeah, I can do that.
That would be
Absolutely.
Great.
Is that something that, Chris, just to be super annoying, is that something that might be able to happen this week, since we have like a month to get all this on everybody's dance card and go visit them?
Yeah, I can go ahead and look into that as soon as possible.
That
Absolutely.
would be super helpful.
Mhm.
Thank you. And then
And
you can
so just
also,
a question to Jason. So Jason, let's say that Chris comes up with, neighborhood X is willing, they would love to hear, more information about this. And I mean, do you think you'd have the ability, if I called you or Chris got a hold of us, is that something that you'd be willing to essentially tag team with me or one of the other commissioners?
100%. This, yep.
Okay, great.
This, right after family comes levy lid lift for the next 60 days. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you.
excellent.
Okay.
That would be awesome. So that's the 6 neighborhood groups. We'll try to reach out to them today. And then Chris, you've also identified here, just for the benefit of Mark, the reader board. We did that last time, is that right? But
we didn't put the one up there at Britton Loop and Britton Road, but I will have the crews haul that up there.
Okay.
And yep, we'll get that up there.
Good place.
and we're going to still also do that over on the District 21 side
Yep.
as well. Yep. Okay.
Both sides will have that done.
Okay. And then I don't know whether the last thing you have here on the list, Chris, is giving you some information for Dave Hansen for his
I did.
folks.
Yeah, I did share with him the FAQs already,
Oh,
and he
perfect.
gave me a call back and told him if he has any questions. And, as soon as the flyer is out, I'm going to go ahead and contact him again.
Okay. So I guess Commissioner Land and Commissioner Andrews, do you have thoughts about people you'd like to reach out to that we could support you in some way on that?
My whole neighborhood consists of one road. I will personally contact every one of them.
That would be great.
Yep.
Do you want to give them like the little teeny card or a copy of the FAQ, or what kind of piece of paper? Do you want a piece of paper to take with you? And
Yeah,
leave them?
if Chris would send me another FAQ list, that would be good. I'll duplicate it and be able to hand it out.
It's a couple pages long, front and back. I think it goes to about 4 pages or so, but it has everything they're going to need to know. And as we've been talking, the tone is considerably darker than we went with last time.
I can handle it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
You've seen dark. Yeah. Okay. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Commissioner Land, I know you're out of state and doing other things. Is there something that we can do to support you on some individual contacts?
No, I mean, nothing that you aren't already doing. So, and I've followed up with a couple of people that I talked to before the round 1 vote, and was able to provide them some additional information. And subsequently, I'm pretty confident they will. They originally voted no, and they told me that they would vote yes, just of their own volition after hearing, more facts. So I think what that really, illustrated to me was continuing the personal touch and talking and getting the message out and being consistent and, intelligent about what we are trying to inform people about. The message, it'll people are smart. They know what decision they need to make.
Good. Well, thank you for doing that. I think you're totally dead on. It's going to be those personal contacts between folks on this screen and talking to your neighbors. That's going to make the difference this time out. So thank you. And hopefully a more robust campaign on the outside of all of this as well. Chris,
Anybody
what have
else? I was going to say, does anybody else have anything to add to the unfinished business concerning the lid lift in November?
Nope.
Hearing none, I will move on to new business. I'd like to bring up the 2022 budget.
Before we do, can I ask it, Karen to be excused? I know she's got another commitment shortly, and this will give her a chance to
Get ready
take
for
a quick break.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks
Thank you,
all.
Karen.
Good to
Bye.
see
Thank you.
you,
Bye.
and thanks in advance, Chris, and good luck. I hope those folks all say, oh, yes, please, we want information. That would be awesome.
Yep.
Talk to you a little soon.
Thanks, Karen.
Bye-bye.
2022 budget. Yes, I put, first off, thank you for allowing me to be tardy with my chief's report. Had some family stuff late last week, and logistically things didn't work out quite like I thought they would. So it was delayed in getting to you. I emailed it about an hour or two ago. In there, I discussed the district. I'll hit two things: the 2022 budget and ILA. And I'm waiting for some more numbers or actually the final numbers kind of from L&I. As you may recall, we've had some significant L&I claims over the years, and we're waiting for a couple more. I think a couple more are going to drop off this year and drastically change our L&I rates, which is going to change the budget for both districts. And so I'm waiting to get those. Those should be coming out this week. Is what I've been told to anticipate. We have built up the budget. So now the District 4 budgeting and District 21 budgeting, you can actually see it side by side. Whatever we do to the District 21 budget, it changes to District 4 payment and District 4 portion. During a meeting with Commissioner Land and Commissioner Ansel, we talked about the ILA and the best way to go forward, and we're still anticipating this is going to be a bridge ILA, a 1-year bridge as we move forward towards the RFA, which is the ultimate goal of both organizations. And was there a lot of wisdom in redrafting an entirely new document for 1 year after having worked under the same one for 10 years? So the conventional wisdom from both board chairs, and I'll let Commissioner Land speak to this a little bit more if I need to be corrected, was that we should really use what we've got instead of spending a bunch of time and money to redraft something. We're only looking to go 1 more year before we come together as an organization blended through the RFA. So let's make what we've got work. If when both chairs go back to their boards, if there's a particular thing that we want to change, then let's change that one thing. But let's not put thousands of dollars into having attorneys redraft an entirely new agreement for a single year. And so going off that, I'm working on the, roughly 25% calculation that comes out as the District 4 payment to District 21 for services. Commissioner Land, did I get anything wrong in that, or?
No, that was exactly right. And so this would be my opportunity to just, check in with Harry. Harry, that philosophy that he just sort of, highlighted as far as, not reinventing the wheel as we move forward. I mean, are you comfortable with the way that we approach that?
I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, good. So then, if there's other opportunities then between monthly meetings, I'll just kind of keep that same sort of philosophy moving forward. I'm hoping that, Bruce and Jason and I will then have an opportunity when we get firmer numbers to kind of take a look at how it's all how all the numbers are panning out here shortly.
And I anticipate that to be next week, Commissioner Land.
Okay, great.
If I don't get stuff from L&I, I'm just going to run with what we've got so that we can get moving. And
Good.
if it's
Okay.
less, then it'll be great.
Sounds good.
Okay, moving on with new business. Fire Commissioner positions 2 and 3. Chris, can you address that?
Yes, one of the fire commissioner positions, let's see, where did I put this? Position number 2, which is currently filled by appointment, and it will end on November 22nd. And Mark will not need to resign. His term will just end on November 22nd. And Steve will take, Commissioner Cooley, he will take over his position on November 23rd. So we have that open position number 3. And Mark.
Yeah, so
will not
basically-
fill Position.
Yeah. So Harry, thanks, Chris, for reminding us how that all works. So Harry, I asked her to put this on the agenda for today because I just wanted to, plant the seed to keep it in front of you and I guess Steve, hopefully, maybe he'll end up watching the meeting. I don't know, but basically, if you guys want to just operate, just the 2 of you, for about, I guess it'd be maybe 5 weeks or so at the end of the year, that's totally your guys' call. I guess what I would ask you to think about, because of course the position I'm in is the one we're talking about that I was originally appointed to, just for the sake of continuity of leadership and strategic thinking and, maintaining as much of a full board as we can with the people we have to work with. I guess what I would ask you to consider is possibly appointing me, and I'd be happy to volunteer, for that vacancy for 5 weeks. And then if I end up being seated in the position that I filed for at the beginning of the year, then there would just be a seamless transition. So I just wanted to put in a plug for that I'd be willing to do it, and I think it would make sense. Again, just for continuity of leadership.
Sounds good to me.
So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Obviously I won't be making any of the decisions, but at some point, whatever meeting it becomes necessary to do, you and Steve would have that on the agenda, and you would, take some action to whatever effect, you think makes most sense.
Good, sounds good.
Okay. Thanks again, Chris, for reminding us that's coming up.
Welcome.
All right, under new business, I would like to ask a question to Chris. Are we having anybody in the station building beside yourself during the day? And if so, is it part of the Bellingham Fire Department crew dealing with training facility?
Yeah, here in the admin building, I have the medics from Tuesday to Thursday. And, sometimes the EMS director, Micah, he's here on Monday or Friday, depending what they have to do in the office.
Now, are they paying rent for that office they're using?
Yes, they are. It's part of the facility agreement we have for them.
Okay, how many other offices are vacant?
1, 2, 3. The chief's office in the corner, then
Okay.
the west office, and the front area by the entrance.
Good. I would like to make a suggestion that we look into possibly offering some of our unused office space for rent to the general public, because we need income. For example, the station needs to be repainted, and that's going to be quite costly. I'm offering this just as a suggestion for consideration.
Well, I
Any
think it's a
comment?
great idea. Well, yeah, I mean, clearly it's a public building. It's supported by, you know, our customers, and if we can open it up either for, you know, paid occupancy, if that's appropriate, or community groups, or I mean even District 21. I mean, I don't know what kind of office needs they have, but yeah, I don't know what that would look like. But I generally, to answer your question, you know, could we open it up and make it more available and have people and groups utilize that space, whether they're public or private? I would support that concept. I mean, 110%.
Okay, I'd like to suggest that Chris maybe contact Bellingham Fire and tell them that before we put it out for public rental of some of the rooms, ask them if they need another one, because it would be good to have Bellingham Fire represented in our station.
Okay, I can contact them and look into what is doable regarding renting.
Okay, very good. I'm moving on now to correspondence. We have a letter from the Whatcom County Auditor's Office of the votes that were cast from the August 3rd election. Any comment on that? Hearing none, I'd like to announce the next board meeting will be October 14th, 12 noon. Any comments? Anything for the good of the order?
Yeah, I just want to again just thank you, Harry, for stepping up and being willing to chair and facilitate this meeting while I'm trying to navigate my way through the South San Francisco Bay Area traffic.
Doing a good job.
Mark, do you know when you will be back in Bellingham?
So I've got a conference that I'm stopping off for in Central Washington here in a couple of days. I should be back in Bellingham. Well, it's on the weekend. I think maybe Saturday. You're probably thinking about me signing stuff.
Yes, I need 2 signatures for the vouchers and for expense and payroll.
Yeah. Well, if it's a wet signature, it'd be Saturday. Do we utilize like electronic signature formats? I'm thinking
No,
of
we don't.
DocuSign.
We don't.
Okay. All right.
But if you could sign it on Monday, the deadline for the payroll voucher is, I believe, the 21st. So if you could sign it on the 20th.
Yes, the 20th, that's a Monday?
That's a Monday, yeah.
Okay, could you just email me a reminder?
Yes.
And maybe even a calendar invite, you know, Monday morning, that so it pops up and I remember to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
We'll do that.
Okay, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I would move that we adjourn the meeting today.
I will second that. Meeting adjourned.
Harry, will you be stopping by